Good morning, friends, and welcome to CH Presents Trans India. Real people, real emotions, powered by Gulf Oil. The commercial vehicle industry has been going through a lot of transitions, driven by government regulations and requirements of the customers, including the very important truck drivers. And this has certainly not been an easy task for any truck manufacturer. We have with us today a person who is a legend in the commercial vehicle industry. He started his career in Tata Motors as an area manager in Chandigarh and today is the vice president and business head for trucks at Tata Motors. He is a friend to many transporters and truckers across India. When he speaks on trucks and the industry, his voice reflects the passion and you can also see the same in his eyes. Trans India is delighted to have this chat with Rajesh Kaul, where he talks about not just development in trucks, but also in the business model. As Rajesh puts it, these days it's not about selling just trucks, but selling complete solutions. Coming up after this very short break, our exclusive interaction with Rajesh Kaul, Vice President and Business Head for Trucks at Tata Motors. You are watching CH Presents Trans India, real people, real emotions, powered by Gulf Oil.
कौन है जो जाने देश का हर कोना, जिसने देखा है हर पहाड़, झील और झरना, पथरीली राहें या हाईवेज, हर सफर सुंदर बनाता है और कभी कभी हंसते हंसाते सेफ्टी का पाठ पढ़ाता है। किसने अपनी पहचान से देश को बांधे रखा है, एक मजबूत ग्रिप से जोड़े रखा है। मुसाफिर है वो, घर उसका हिंदुस्तान, जिससे बनता है अपना देश महान। सीएट।
एक ट्रक ड्राइवर होना बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है। इस दुनिया का भविष्य आप ही के हाथों में। यकीन नहीं आता? खुद ही देख लो। ट्रक की वजह से हुआ प्रदूषण हमारी धरती को हमेशा के लिए नुकसान पहुंचा सकता है। इसीलिए आपको चाहिए गल्फ एडब्लू इको प्रो। ये बना है बेहतर उत्पादनों से और स्ट्रिक्ट क्वालिटी कंट्रोल्स के साथ। इस पर करें भरोसा और नेचर का रखें ख्याल।
Welcome back to CH Presents Trans India, real people, real emotions, powered by Gulf Oil. We will be talking today to a man who has spent decades in the commercial vehicle industry and is a legend. We are in conversation with Rajesh Kaul, Vice President and Business Head for Trucks at Tata Motors.
To start with, BS6 to BS6 Phase 2. Transition in a short span of 2 years. How challenging was this, and what were the back-end preparations that went into this?
This is a good question. Actually, how challenging it was, see, if your endeavor is to not look at only an emission change of OBD1 to OBD2, and you want to look at much more than that. For example, creating and delivering value to our customers, so that, and create a, what do you say, an offer which is compelling, holistic proposition, in a way designed to make logistics and entire fleet management seamless and efficient and more efficient. So you have to capture lot many things than meeting just emission norms. So it is about what we envisaged is an opportunity to look at moving away from traditional, model. For example, we are upgrading big time in phase 2, the power to weight ratio. Remember, when we moved from BS4 to BS6, we first started with 6.7 liter engine as the mainstream engine. And what was that? For example, all vehicles with 42 ton and above, 42, 48, because it's a larger share, 46 ton prime movers, 55 ton, tippers with heavy duty tippers with 28 and 35, all of them with 6.7 liter. Okay, you just see the industry benchmark. Before that, we had up to BS4, the largest, almost 95%, 98% selling 5.9. So 6.7 was one. And it is continuing the trend as it is. Not only that, we are the ones who are giving in heavy commercial vehicles 3 engine combinations, which is 6.7. And this time 6.7 comes with 300 horsepower. Yes. And see, when you migrate to a higher power to weight ratio, it's not just the engine, you have to look at the complete powertrain. For example, with this engine now, at that power, it's a 430 dia clutch. And the aggregates which are provided, for example, you look at 48 ton TK, it's RA114 axle, okay? It's much more robust, G1100 gearbox. So everything is a few notches up. So you see, you said how challenging it was. Because, as I said, it's moving higher power to weight ratio, it's offering a holistic solution, a compelled offer, which encompasses every bit of it and provides much more than just a product. Okay, fleet management solutions, uptime assurance, to the customers. You're sitting in Delhi, between Delhi to Bangalore, 2 e-commerce hubs. The ask is that can I travel uninterrupted and reach 36 to 48 hours? What does that mean? You have to create an environment where if there's a breakdown, the vehicle, your mechanic and the entire technical staff reaches in 2 hours on the highways. You give an uptime which is in e-commerce is as high as 98%. So 98% of your fleet is on the road always. So it's a very different model because as you know, in the challenging Indian logistics costs, which are plus 15, 16%, we want to bring down big time. So it's all about productivity of the vehicle and better aggregates, more power to weight ratio, more number of trips, far better productivity, lower costs. So more revenues, lower cost. Profit is equal to revenue minus cost. You have higher profits. Now, from Tata Motors, it's just 6.7 is one engine. We have 5.6 Cummins. We have our own 5 liter engine. So 5 liter, 5.6, 6.7. 3 engine configuration, 3 cabins. Prima, Signa, Ultra. 2 cowl options. 15, 16 Signa cowl and a 12 ton cowl. So you can see, you name the product, you name the variant, you name what you want, and you will have. So ranges, encompasses all the segments. So if I be little more elaborate, now in this changing dynamics, what is happening? For example, auto logistics. Okay, at the moment that's also happening. It's taking off big time. Auto logistics is largely shifting to our 5 liter because customers, what do they want? Least costs, most fuel efficient engine. And if the fuel efficiency is best, I was having discussions the other day on Friday with some customers. My engineering had confirmed, basis the validation we do, just meeting about double-digit improvement or versus phase 1. Okay, 10%, anything between 7, 8, 10%. customers gave me very different figure. They said, one of the customers said around 20%, and those are all your friends, by the way, I don't want to name them, you have to got to reach 16 to 17% plus. So if you have, just do for a simple maths for a moment, in e-commerce, when the vehicle travels 15 to 20,000 kilometers, you have an average, let's take a ballpark figure, 5 kmpl, okay? Or 6, whatever you want to take. Okay, even if it is 5, 20,000 stroke 5 is equal to 4,000 liters. 10% saving is equal to 400 liters. 400 liters multiplied by 100 rupees is equal to 40,000 rupees. So if you are, that is why I said, what is the compelling offer from you, which is actually giving customer the peace of mind in terms of higher productivity, better profits, vehicle always on the road, and an environment which ensures that if there's a need, somebody reaches fastest. And you know what one big thing is happening in this BS6, which has started a couple of years back, but now the kind of packages we have created, the customers are now not investing in their workshops.
Right.
This is a big change, which
Huge
is,
change.
you know why? Because there are investments of higher costs in nature required. They would be required to invest in machinery, in skill building of their people, because, you know, this vehicle is no more a mechanical stuff. It's electronics. Okay. And customers want to handle their business, to handle their clients, and want you to take care of their, their maintenance. So we are creating AMCs or fleet management solution which are very attractive in nature. I mean, it's just costs and only cost, because we want to actually give that comfort to the customer through Sampurna Seva 2.0, which is not just AMC. We are ready to take even managing complete fleet management. Okay, so you just handle your business, we will handle the complete fleet of yours, including signing an uptime assurance that you want these many vehicles always, you know, on the road. E-commerce, as I said, 98%, and in mining tippers for a moment, if you see, what matters there is the productivity.
Absolutely.
You know, the load you carry, whether you are mining coal operations or iron ore or marble, and you operate as high as 22, 23 hours
Absolutely.
out of 24. And therefore, the reliability, productivity, the comfort in the cabin, that matters the most. Now here, when you are giving an uptime assurance, everything is predictable. The costs are predictable. The fuel efficiency advantages are right there in front of you, and the turnaround time is predictable. Then what you are committing now is fuel efficiency assurance. So this is the kind of, all that your model becomes is predictable balance sheet, okay, P&L sheet. So therefore the customers want to know upfront the costs they shall be incurring on the vehicles. So it's a different ball game altogether, and I must appreciate Indian consumer. Why? Because see, we skipped BS4 to we skipped BS5. We went from BS4 to BS6, and then in 3 years' time we are now further upgrading from OBD1 to OBD2, which is phase 2. So what is happening at the tail? You need less emissions. It's all about low particulate matter, right. less NOx, okay, and all that you are achieving, and the customer is adapting to this new way of trucking big time.
But Rajesh, from what we have seen is the customers, more than being bothered about the emissions, they are bothered about the overall cost. Now, you having been in this space for decades, have you seen a shift where a transporter, instead of now looking at the pure value of a truck, looks at an entire solution?
Absolutely.
And not just the value?
That's what this. See, my answer to you, or my information to you a little while back on this, that we are managing productivity of the vehicle, we are managing the complete fleet, which is fleet management solution, we are managing uptime assurance to the customer, we are offering fuel efficiency or management program or fuel efficiency assurance. What does that mean? The customer wants end-to-end solution. They are not just interested in product. I mean, in fact, I need air conditioning because my productivity of the vehicle, this is customers' need. My productivity improves. I want, because see, when the engine is higher power, when speeds are increasing, 60, 70, okay, the drag, I mean, if you pull down these glasses, okay, the fuel savings are more even if you pull the glasses up. Okay, air conditioning does not cost you money, but it gives you far more comfort in these extreme weather conditions.
So just to confirm, it is a myth that air condition reduces your fuel economy.
Yes,
You need to get over with that.
You have to talk about, because you mentioned about overall TCO, the productivity, the driver comfort, because same driver, when subjected to such horrible weather conditions, need periodic rests as against in a better comfort comfort environment and in a better cabin vehicle. I mean, you see my shift towards Prima in tippers is taking big time. Why? Because suspended seats, walk-through cabin, everything so approachable, and customer sees this comfort big time in improving the productivity of the vehicle. And therefore, consumers in few states were Prima savvy or a very comfort savvy have moved to a larger chunk of the country at the moment. So that is a big shift happening. So higher power to weight ratio, far more higher comfortable vehicles required, and above all, the fleet edge, which is the connected vehicle platform. Shift towards that, because we started giving in BS6 fleet edge technology, right? Our vehicle, and that's not just track and trace. That's not just about fuel theft alert, etc. It is much more than that. It is, see, this electronics enable you to transfer the data into the telematics, fleet edge, and you are able to get far more insights from there. And when you get insights, you are able to go back to the customer with a small good dashboard on insights around driving behavior, harsh acceleration, too much of idling engine, and much more. Therefore, improvement areas are clearly identified. Then you are providing advanced driver assisted solutions, whether it is driver drowsiness, okay, lane departure warning, okay, electronic stability control. So the shift towards safer vehicles is also happening. Shift towards when I say telematics, fleet edge usage is improving, whether you take it monthly or weekly. Every customer, and it's a myth that only big customers would look into this because they are more organized.
Right.
In a way, very logical. But customers, when given a choice that this is the data you're getting, because I'm publishing a dashboard for them, these are the insights, would you like to have? Of course, yes. With a very nominal fee.
So this is available to the smallest customer also?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. And this is with a very minimal charges. As low as, 10, 15 rupees a day. So that is nothing. I mean, two cups of tea. Or rather a cup of tea. So this is the way our trucking has advanced. It's only that we have to give that platform to our customers, and they rightly deserve so. Which is why I said, and we have to appreciate that at the time of buying, we have to now, what is critical is educate the customer on the changes being incorporated on the vehicle. And one is very excited on at the time of taking delivery. So can you fix an appointment post bodybuilding, or they couple the trailer, etc. So that, there's a proper training imparted on do's and don'ts. That is extremely critical.
We will continue our interaction with Rajesh after this very short break. You are watching CH Presents Trans India, Real People, Real Emotions, powered by Gulf Oil.
कौन है जो जाने देश का हर कोना, जिसने देखा है हर पहाड़, झील और झरना। पथरीली राहें या हाईवेज हर सफर सुंदर बनाता है और कभी कभी हंसते हंसाते सेफ्टी का पाठ पढ़ाता है। किसने अपनी पहचान से देश को बांधे रखा है, एक मजबूत ग्रिप से जोड़े रखा है। मुसाफिर है वो, घर उसका हिंदुस्तान, जिससे बनता है अपना देश महान। सीएट।
एक ट्रक ड्राइवर होना बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है। इस दुनिया का भविष्य आप ही के हाथों में। यकीन नहीं आता? खुद ही देख लो। ट्रक की वजह से हुआ प्रदूषण हमारी धरती को हमेशा के लिए नुकसान पहुंचा सकता है। इसीलिए आपको चाहिए गल्फ एड ब्लू इको प्रो। ये बना है बेहतर उत्पादनों से और स्ट्रिक्ट क्वालिटी कंट्रोल्स के साथ। इस पर करे भरोसा और नेचर का रखे ख्याल।
Welcome back to CET Presents Trans India. Real people, real emotions, powered by Gulf Oil. We will be talking today to a man who has spent decades in the commercial vehicle industry and is a legend. We are in conversation with Rajesh Kaul, Vice President and Business Head for Trucks at Tata Motors.
Rajesh, from a typical, a pure technical point of view, what would be the major differences between BS6 OBD Phase 1 and Phase 2? What can the transporter actually see as a difference?
So, as a truck, if you see, it is all about the emission changes. It's only becoming more and more stringent. But for us to differentiate clearly how a transporter sees my product now versus earlier, is it just the emission norms? As I said, it's not the case. Our product attribute leadership strategy, it clearly depicts the, development approach, customer expectations, and therefore customer expectations in terms of superior fuel efficiency or cost of operation or comforts or convenience or connectivity. So everything, when I say in terms of connectivity, what were the basics on the fleet edge we were able to supply before versus now? What are the upgrades happening? Clearly visible, customer can make out. What is the power, what is published earlier, power now. Torque earlier, torque now. Aggregate combination, a powertrain complete, then and now. So there are a whole host of changes which customer can see for themselves and believe it. And on top of that, experience the product, experience the superior fuel efficiency versus OBD1, because it is apart from technologically advanced trucks, our distinct product offerings also help them differentiate what is there to get the higher profitability and peace of mind. So they can clearly see that these are the tangibles or the takeaways for them.
Rajesh, beyond just fuel economy, we now talk about fluid economy, which is your diesel plus AdBlue.
DEF, we call it.
DEF.
Diesel exhaust fluid.
Yes. So does the consumption of that change in the OBD Phase 2 products, or it remains the same?
So for us, you're bang on. It is fuel efficiency would be incomplete if we don't add the cost of the DEF consumption.
Right.
So for us, the overall combination is far superior than the phase 1. I'm told, that yes, it varies on product to product, but because in our case, validation was really rigorous. We were preparing from first year itself, moment phase 1 came. And here we have a product in front of you, which is giving much more to the customer. And what you can clearly see now is the 4G connectivity which we have offered through our Fleet Edge. Okay, so that is another plus which we have given, because over and above what we call as FOTA, heard of FOTA?
I have.
So this is firmware over the ear capability.
Okay.
Firmware over the ear. This phone sitting at home, you get a notice that you want to upgrade or to the new iOS, or if you have this
Right.
kind of a phone, right? So here also you needn't necessarily go with the CAL file and reach to the vehicle. It could be centrally done.
Wow.
So it's firmware over the ear capability. So this is what is allowing us to do in the phase 2. So our customers, as I said, are more and more shifting towards phase 2 and the superior products. Like I said, it's done with extensive performance, tests with customers across the nation, in deep mining areas, in construction sites, and there's far more value proposition. See, our commitment extends to creating a connected ecosystem which goes beyond the purchase of commercial vehicle. At this point in time, I have over 4 lakh vehicles fitted with Fleet Edge. Yes, so that's huge. And you remember what kind of data must be coming, and what kind of insights must be reaching us. How are we developing a program to go back to the customer and help them improve their profitability? And I'm sharing with you that monthly we track, weekly we track, and the engagement time of these customers on Fleet Edge is improving big time. So that's a big positive change which is visible. And what we have done is we are publishing the director's report for our customers. It goes back to them. It talks about real-time fuel consumption, real-time notifications on fuel refill, theft if any, lot of alerts, vehicle health monitoring. So, and then when it talks about how the productivity will improve, these insights are really very useful.
I think actually with a truck now costing upwards of 40 lakhs and 50 lakh of rupees, all this is required. You need to have efficiency at its best.
Yeah, that is why, frankly, as the industry becomes more and more digitized, see, Tata Motors has embraced digitalization in all aspects of its business. And trucking is key. The insights which come from electronics and the engine or any part of the truck, and how we reach back with an action plan on improvement is extremely critical, because customers appreciate that big time.
We will continue our interaction with Rajesh after this very short break. You are watching CH Presents Trans India, real people, real emotions, powered by Gulf Oil.
Automobile Carriers PVTLD is one of the most well-known fleets in India. A pioneer in logistics solutions with 350-plus vehicles, Automobile Carriers is a family-run company in its third generation, clocking annual revenues of 500 crores. Back in 2018, Mr. Dan Kumar Kothari, founder of the business, was not very happy with the tire management at the fleet.
हमारा काम अच्छा चल रहा था, लेकिन और भी बढ़िया हो सकता था। हमारे टायर ज़्यादातर कटने, फटने और घिसने से ख़राब हो जाया करते थे। मुझे पता था कि मेरे पास जो डाटा है वो 100% सही नहीं है, जिसकी वजह से हम टायर की परफॉर्मेंस इम्प्रूव करने के लिए सही डिसीजन ले नहीं पा रहे थे। काम तो फिर भी चलता ही रहता है। हम जानते थे कि हम टायरों की लाइफ सुधार करके और भी पैसा बचा सकते थे।
It was around the same time, Seat one of India's largest tire companies, had launched the Fleet Solutions program to solve for this exact problem that the industry faced. In 2018, automobile carriers started working with SIAT under the Fleet Solutions program. The program was designed to ensure digital transformation of tire management at a large fleet. SIAT provided dedicated support of a fleet service specialist, FSS, and tire fitter, and enabled them with the right technology to deliver the solutions promise. Every day since then, SIAT service specialist followed a job card-based approach to conduct daily inspection of vehicles, capture data, share corrective actions for tires and ensure daily completion of corrective actions at the fleet through the dedicated mechanics and fitters. The service specialist also took care of scheduled rotations and scheduled alignments of vehicles. The service specialist also ensured that tires run its full life, and retreadability is focused upon to improve tire performance. While doing all this, the entire data was captured over a handy mobile application and transferred on cloud, which ensured that automobile carriers could now analyze the data using SIAT's proprietary analytics algorithms sitting at their homes or offices and ensure right decision making.
The entire data was rectified, thoroughly analyzed, and was now available real-time to us digitally with complete transparency. Every single tire on wheels were now accounted for. SIAT's technical SOPs for tire rotation, inflation management, and mechanical defects corrections were deployed fully, and overall tire life improved by more than 15% in 2 years time frame.
Happy with the improvement in maintenance practices and armed with complete clarity on their tire data and cost per kilometer, Mr. Kothari decided to take the relationship with SIAT one step further by migrating to the pay-per-use (PPU) program of SIAT Fleet Solutions.
We don't buy tires any longer and have completely outsourced tire inventory management, tire fitment, tire removal, tire retrading, and tire scrapping to SIAT. We make monthly payments on the basis of distance travelled by our vehicles enrolled under this PPU program. We are very happy to say SIAT Fleet Solutions have been a reliable partner, and we look forward to growing together.
बॉस, इंजन को तो बुखार है।
बुखार? मजाक चल रहा क्या?
भाई कूल डाउन, मैं समझाता हूँ। सही तो बोल रहे हैं। इंजन बहुत गर्म हो गया है। इसे चाहिए इंजन का वैक्सीन।
इंजन का वैक्सीन?
गल्फ सुपर फ्लीट टर्बो प्लस, इंजन का वैक्सीन। ये इंजन को कालिक, ओवरहीटिंग और घिसाव से दे बेहतर सुरक्षा, जिससे आपकी गाड़ी चलती रहेगी सालों साल। गल्फ सुपर फ्लीट टर्बो प्लस, ट्रक इंजन का वैक्सीन।
Welcome back to SIAT Presents Trans India, Real People, Real Emotions, powered by Gulf Oil. We will be talking today to a man who has spent decades in the commercial vehicle industry and is a legend. We are in conversation with Rajesh Kaul, Vice President and Business Head for Trucks at Tata Motors.
Rajesh, while we spoke a lot about, customers and what Tata Motors has been offering them, the other part of the pyramid are your dealers. It is very important that they also be upgraded with whatever new technology is happening around. How is Tata Motors doing that bit with so many dealers all over India?
See, a very valid point, and I must tell you through it's important to convey it through you that finally dealers and us serve the same customer. We have a committed vision for both of us on how do we ensure the peace of mind and the comfort to the customer. So it's starting with, as I told you, customers want to, let go the maintenance part to the dealers. So dealers are big time investing in BS6, upgraded, whether it was OBD1 earlier, now OBD2, all about, maintaining the and diagnosis and prognostics. It's much more through computers, skilled people, lot of trainings to be imparted to them, and every time retraining and keep on training and different. See, it's, as you said, it's a big truck, and now with the change in technologies, it also means that a big time capability shift to be upgraded and provided to the customer, to our dealer teams. So that is happening on war footing. We have developed training schools within our factory premises for these people, and they go for weeks together. They come back. It's a proper organized training, and then there are tests conducted to know what kind of, see, otherwise you can't mess around with the machine. Therefore, it's critical, and we have certification of platinum, gold, and silver. I mean, it's actually, you have to earn the license to repair a vehicle, and frankly sell also. So this is critical aspect. It can't be ignored. Dealers have wholeheartedly come forward because it's the business they are in. I mean, and they are in there for decades. Right. You saw the other day in the event. I mean, all commercial vehicles, they are receiving the awards in the morning for that 40 years and 50 years and 70 years kind of association with Tata Motors. So they are big time investing in this. And now when I say AMC share increasing, see, what is happening is...
Actually, that is quite a shift. I remember back in the day, selling AMC was like, convincing was a difficult task. Now,
it was
now it's much easier.
Yeah, because everybody is interested in buying in buying fleet management solutions or annual maintenance contract and letting go this maintenance piece. And maintenance is not just about the service or the consumable part. It's peace of mind on the road, on the highways, ensuring that you are there moment the vehicle breakdown is there, and in the mines. Dealers, you were saying, how have dealers changed? Dealers have created so many. In our case, it's very different. In mines and construction sites, you want all the time vehicles up and running. Right. So they have created the container workshops. Container workshops are equipped with all the tools, with the laptops, with well-trained mechanics on the ground, spare parts, inventory build-up. Because if there is a fleet of 20, 30, 50 vehicles in the mining, I mean,
you need that kind of support.
So it's a big shift from just selling a vehicle to providing the complete solution to the customer. So that's a big thing happening. And dealers are rising to the occasion, and they have provided all that. So to the extent, I must tell you, what with this government change in policy that now scrappage, after 15 years end of the life, the customers are supposed to do away if it doesn't qualify for the fitness. And what do the customers do then? They are going to exchange the vehicles in some applications which are more rigorous, and their OEM wants the vehicle replacement in 5 years or 6 years. Auto logistics, e-commerce. Yes. Because after some time,
oil companies also have these norms.
Yes. Oil companies also have these norms. After 5 to 6 years, these companies want new vehicles because old vehicles sometimes consume more maintenance, become unsafe.
Breakdowns happen, all those things.
Unsafe, all that. And all this, so therefore exchanges are also increasing. Earlier, this was largely for, small commercial vehicles. So now we see whole lot of inquiries coming on that we want to replace 10 vehicles, 15 vehicles. What do we do with these vehicles? And if they are not really reached the end of life vehicles, so they are to be refurbished. Okay. So our dealerships have created Tata OK setups, which is about having an evaluator assessing the vehicle, whether it's tire, engine, cabin inside, chassis, frame, etc. So all that, and then they expect, because they have come to a Tata Motors dealership, it should give the best resale price, and there are a lot of only other customers digitally or physically they are reaching, and they are also inquiring of the old vehicles or for all those, because it's also making sense for short lead distance, let's say aggregate movement. They would like to buy a 5-year-old vehicle sometime.
Yeah.
So our dealer refurbishes vehicle, provides warranty on those. And when they provide warranty, there is a lot more comfort to the customer, even the second-hand customer.
Correct.
That I am able to get this better price and peace of mind.
Peace of mind, yes.
And when you get this vehicle, so there is an ecosystem created for this used vehicle business also. And that too by our dealers who have given a separate infrastructure, because there are separate set of customers to be dealt with, very, very meaningful conversation with them on how you're going to add value to a used vehicle. So a win-win situation for someone who wants to exchange vehicle, win-win situation for someone who wants to buy an old vehicle. So dealers have done this. On top of that, with our rewire, recycle with respect, registered vehicle scrappage factories, which our dealers have created. Now you should see, not all dealers, it's a franchisee model. Right. So far around 14 LOIs have been already rolled out. You saw 2 already been inaugurated. Yes. You were there in Jaipur, you were in Bhubaneswar, and now 2 more are getting opened in this month. Many more would come in the months ahead. More and more, not only our channel partners, but other business fraternities finding sense in this, because it's helping circular economy and our sustainability targets meet in a big way. How is it? For example, tires, batteries, electricals, wiring harness, all that stuff is being handled separately. Then you have frame, etc. They could be recycled, used in steel industry again. Then you have various other oils and lubricants which are separated out and different treatment done. Then you have precious metal like aluminum, nickel, rhodium coming out of these vehicles, and they are handled. So all these, some components recycled and put in back use through the spare parts and recycled in the steel industry. Some are let go. So this is a big piece which is also adding value, which we have started. So you can see whether it is Tata OK, RVSF, and all that, how is it helping meet our these sustainability targets and grow the business and handle customers post end of life, I would say, solutions also.
Right. Rajesh, will it be safe to assume that all BS6 and BS6 OBD2 trucks will have to go to dealerships for their servicing and repair? They cannot be done on the road. Will it be safe to assume that?
See, you should know this fact. Tata Motors has added a few thousand local mechanics, what we also call as, guru workshops. Mm-hmm. So what does these guru workshops do? You should know. It is, we have identified local mechanics or entrepreneurs who are interested in understanding truck as a, those who can handle small scale workshop. Right. And we are training them. We are investing big time, in terms of imparting training to them, providing some basic kits. Mm-hmm. Okay. And they are also willing to invest in this. So that is another parallel, I would say, infrastructure which local entrepreneurs are developing on their own. Mm-hmm. And we are imparting them the trainings to do the basic jobs. See, for example, if commercial vehicles are sold in rural area, not every time one would want to travel for small jobs. Okay, those are the jobs which will be handled by these guru mechanics. Okay, so these guru mechanics, they are now in thousands. Okay, so for bigger jobs, more I would say complicated jobs. Mm-hmm. Yes, you need a different level of skill set. It has to come to the workshops, but we have developed many guru workshops across the country. That's interesting. And on top of that, we also have almost every 50-60 kilometers, depending on the state to state. We have our Tata authorized service stations also. Okay, so there is a parallel mechanism working on how and which all levers to be or facilities to be provided to ensure that customers issues are handled in the least possible time, because it's a commercial vehicle. The job is to be on the road always and earn monies. Uptime has to be the best, so that vehicles are always on the road. Fuel efficiency has to be the best, so that costs are minimum. And by the way, it's fluid economy, not the fuel efficiency alone.
Absolutely.
I take your point.
Okay, Rajesh, we've seen, a lot of changes have been happening in the commercial vehicle industry, a lot being driven by the government also. Like you have the emission norms, then just some time back you had Mr. Nitin Gadkari making a bold statement and taking it back. But that apart from what he said and what he took back, the government is driving a lot of change, a lot of making AC cabs mandatory now. Now, how as an OEM, how challenging is it for you to adapt to these things and implement them?
As far as this AC cabin goes, frankly, we welcome the government's announcement to make truck cabins mandatorily air conditioned from 2025, because as our country's industry is growing, we are facing challenges in terms of retaining skilled people or drivers. More people are not sometimes willing also to take this profession. But if the comfort is provided, because health, safety standards, all those have been challenges. Right. I think getting AC is the first step in that, and rightly in that direction. And we are geared up. We have, as I said earlier, we have all the cabins. They have an option of AC. All you need is just let me know. I'll get you covered. So we are prepared. We welcome it's been our constant endeavor to produce vehicles that deliver best-in-class performance, and we currently offer AC cabin as an option.
Yes. And I think Tata Motors also had some more incentives for drivers in terms of some insurance policies or something.
Oh yeah, that is.
How far has that gone? What is
very much
the reach now?
Come on. So see, it's our as such Tata Motors or Tata Group philosophy. Giving back to the society is extremely critical. Our drivers who are on the wheels are insured for, God forbid, any accident which disables them or which has a problem or life is taken away. It's as high as 10 lakh rupees. Because that is what we believe, and it's been there for some time now. Therefore, you touched upon. There's also cashless hospitalization of 50,000. There's also this Samriddhi in terms of what we do to their children for their education. So we have many such programs which are, whether it is related to health and insurance, whether it is routine checkups at our workshops, whether it is spending time them and educating them that how they should plan. So we have partnered with many such agencies, including insurance companies and various health agencies, and doctors, by the way, who do that for us.
And are you doing anything on the driver training front? We see the numbers of road accidents going up.
I think let's go back to, we have plenty of driver schools.
But those are, more about, from what we've been hearing is they're more about refreshing the drivers. But what about getting new drivers into the system?
So driver creation, you are saying?
Yes.
Okay. So, see, we are also reaching to various key account customers, and looking at their requirements. How do we tie up in the back end on serving their customer needs, this driver needs. We have driver training institutes where we take ITI and various ITI qualified trainers, and some of them want to go into this field of repairing and mechanic, that route. Some of them want to become the entrepreneurs and driver come owners. And that's what at one stage, remember 30, 40 years back, we had many such entrepreneurs who have become big fleet operators currently. So such routes are also preferred by many of our, these trainees who come to the training schools. But yes, how lucrative this is, as I was saying, that in terms of making air conditioning as a basic requirement. So there are, in trucking industry, there are very extreme, harsh conditions, whether it is related to their safety, their health, and how are we able to provide them this assurance that, look, we are doing, whether it is government or us, at each stage something, and adding value, so that they find the profession, interesting. So that's where we are working with them. Very
Thanks. Rajesh, there's been
Thanks,
a lot
buddy.
of...
It's been long.
Last two questions. There's been a lot of talk on alternate fuels. Where do you see, how do you see the future shaping? I mean, which are the fuels that you think will be more prominent, not as equal as diesel, but closer to diesel?
Okay, see, in the trucking industry, were you there in Auto Expo?
Yes.
You were. So, other than our regular ICE products, what all did we display? LNG trucks, trucks with the hydrogen cells, and truck with battery electric vehicle. So, we also have our mission on achieving our sustainability goals and a roadmap which is well defined. ACE EV is a step towards that.
Right.
Okay. City-based applications, easier to do because you have charging infrastructure at multiple locations. On highways, there would be many options. Okay, as you see, fuel, CNG, we introduced trucks. I have ICV, intermediate commercial vehicle, or MCV now, available, which we introduced last year. If you recollect, you were also there in Mumbai at the time of launch. So CNG we have. Now, we have displayed, and we are working, in line with what we have stated in what we displayed in Auto Expo. Yes, we should have fuel available, whether it is LNG on these corridors, okay, and later, battery in big trucks, unless you have this charging on the highways and these available, so that it is backed up by complete support, and it's not just a few vehicles. In mining, relatively easier. So I would say we have our sustainability targets. We are moving in that direction. We have displayed products in Auto Expo 2023, and we are clearly working in line with the targets we have set for ourselves.
We will continue our interaction with Rajesh after this very short break. You are watching CH Presents Trans India, Real People, Real Emotions, powered by Gulf Oil.
एक ट्रक ड्राइवर होना बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है। इस दुनिया का भविष्य आप ही के हाथों में। यकीन नहीं आता? खुद ही देख लो। ट्रक की वजह से हुआ प्रदूषण हमारी धरती को हमेशा के लिए नुकसान पहुंचा सकता है। इसीलिए आपको चाहिए गल्फ एडब्लू इको प्रो। ये बना है बेहतर उत्पादनों से और स्ट्रिक्ट क्वालिटी कंट्रोल्स के साथ। इस पर करें भरोसा और नेचर का रखें ख्याल।
Welcome back to Seat Presents Trans India, Real People, Real Emotions, powered by Gulf Oil. We will be talking today to a man who has spent decades in the commercial vehicle industry and is a legend. We are in conversation with Rajesh Kaul, Vice President and Business Head for Trucks at Tata Motors.
Tata Motors has come a long way in terms of bringing in new tech and bringing in new models, new service initiatives. What is the roadmap from here on?
So roadmap is clear. We have to ensure that customer is provided the complete solution, and we are not just on selling a product. We manage we work for the complete ecosystem. And what is that ecosystem? We'll focus on managing the complete solution, which is end to end for the customer. And if I may say that from sale to resale, I touched upon the Tata OK, which is at the time of resale. Okay, so we are investing in and upgrading technology in products and processes. It's about scaling it up. Okay, it's about ensuring that all our customers use the Fleet Edge platform. While the time is increasing every day, we want to ensure that there are enough insights provided and they move to this platform. They have all the insights so that they have the best managed fleet. Okay, that's point number one. Point number two, we want to ensure that we provide the real benchmark in terms of after sales, which is about the best fuel efficiency program. More and more customers are enrolled into that, providing uptime assurance to the customers, and more customers are enrolled into that. This Sampurna Seva 2.0, what we have rolled out, which is about reaching our customers in 2 hours, whether it's through Tata Alert on the highways or even in the off-road applications. And we only scale it up further, and more customers use these facilities, and they actually sign up the fleet management solutions with us. We are able to provide a complete holistic solution to them so that they manage their customers, we manage their fleet.
That was our interaction with a man who always radiates charm and is passionate about this industry and of course trucks. It was certainly a delight talking to Rajesh Kaul and getting insights into what the future holds for the industry as well as for Tata Motors. We will be back again next week with another interesting and insightful interaction. You are watching Seat Presents Trans India, Real People, Real Emotions, powered by Gulf Oil. Until next week, stay safe, drive safe, Jai Hind.